Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank anybody who's made a donation to the Empress and her family. I thank you so much. You have no idea. Thank you for the ones who've booked a reading with me. And Kay, Maya, and Stephanie, thank you so much for your support. Like, this here is like, to me personally, I love you guys, I love you all. Let's get ready for this karmic and DMs energy yet again, because I could definitely feel a group of DMs who are doing exactly what we are doing, as to they understand their journey. But I'm trying today to tap into the other energy, and especially during this like holiday season. So welcome everyone. You were right, but I'll take this card back. And one subscriber asked me, it is true I'm into calligraphy. Please excuse the cards. I'll show you something. My number is 7. Check it out. Do you see the 7 here in the H? You see the 7 here in the F, and especially in the I. Sorry, I'm just taking a second here. Do you see 7? If you pay attention, you will see 7 in every capital letters of mine. That's a little bit of my thing, because 7 is my number times 2. So anyways, this here, don't mind it, is spirit allowing me to replace the cards. Basically, I cannot home. So you see again, even if they are not like completely on this soul journey, this idea of home keeps them company, basically, this like union. And we will clarify these energies throughout the reading. Do you see that? I cannot, no. And even if they have a so-called home with the karmic, you can see the energy that's like imprisoning it for the moment. Now some of them are telling you too that they can't be with you now. And I gotta say that, because I can see it. It's too perfect with this no. It's like I'm telling you, it's for some of you, it's not time for this union yet, and we will tap into the energy. I don't want to lose you. This energy here is the one I wanted to welcome, actually. Like, the ones who are still keeping from being with you. I'm over it. This here is 2 things that I can channel, people, and you'd have to bear with me. Some of them are thinking actually that they cannot be without the karmic for the moment. And he feels like he can be over this thing with you. But I'm telling you, this here's the union card is greater than just home, and I know why. It's because of this holiday season for some of them. And I can tell you something, no matter where they spend actually this like holiday here, I can tell you for some of them it's the other way around. They don't want to lose you. They're over the karmic, but at the end of the day they cannot leave this situation now, though I can feel that if he could, he would. Otherwise, these cards here, they would have like come in a different way to me, like, I'm safe at home but I cannot, so on. No. Here there's an idea of entrapment, believe me. So let's go on. As to DM and the karmic energy. Awakening. These cards will guide me throughout the reading. Divine masculine. Do you see that, people? Remember what I told you at the beginning of this reading here, that some of them have actually awakened and are doing the thing that we are doing, are following it, or getting information of some kind. Well, I can tell you, even the ones in these like karmic situations that I just described, this is what's coming for them, which is why this home card is here too. Because it could have been like family or children or something. Lets me know I gotta take one more card here. There's like a trapped card. I'll check. Hope, but I have to take it back. And I know some of them have hope. But it's like, you know, I cannot be with you right now. Don't do it. One more. Yeah, I can tell you some of them, they cannot live the situation here right now. I need one last card, but I can see this idea of like negation here all over the place. Like, you know what, I cannot leave my home right now. One more. Reconciliation. Yeah, they're trying to, I'm sorry that I gotta say this, guys, you know, but that's the message. They're trying to keep this home here a little bit like a happy place just for the holidays. Like, you know, a little bit like fake it till you make it type of thing as to right now. And I can literally feel that like holiday, you know, like kind of optimism here kicking in. Or if nothing, not trying to make it worse than it already is, you know. Let me go on, but I'm liking this here, because no matter what happens, this here is coming, you know. Or it's the underlying energy. Meditation. Yeah, I can tell you he keeps thinking of this union here, but it's a little bit like in the back of his head for the moment. Is a little bit like this awakening here is like creeping up on him when he's a little bit like caught off guard or something. Otherwise he's in that energy like, you know, let me make the holiday bearable for us all, you know. Nothing has gone wrong. That's what he wants, you know, to make himself believe. Like, you know, let's fake it till we make it type of thing here. Let's just like simmer down for the holiday. If nothing, I can see it here. Expansion. Okay, and one last card here. Grounding. I can tell you some energy that I'm not liking here, because this grounding sends me back to this family or to this home here. I would not be surprised if some of these karmics are like planning on getting pregnant, or I can like literally feel one actually getting pregnant. I know what I'm talking about. So if we see the card like soul, family, or like the Empress, and especially this fertility, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. I can feel it in my hand, you know. So let's go on, which is why he couldn't do this thing now. Or I can tell you, if that's not the case, for some of you, they've had like a child recently. Is a little bit like here, you know, it's like our child's first Christmas together or whatsoever. Like this here, I can feel a very young child, but I can feel it, you know. And if that's not the case, I can feel a pregnancy. If you are in this type of situations, you would understand with no problem why he cannot leave the situation now. Let's go on. And one thing, people, I learned tarot with these cards here. So the fact that I feel like I have to replace them sometime soon lets me know like a change is coming for me. Therefore, you know, if you resonate with my energy, for you as well. But it's like, you know, if so, I will miss them dearly. I love these cards, you know. They're all like chipped and busted and very plain, but these cards speak to me more than you don't even know. When I pull cards for myself, I just use these cards here. I don't use anything else. That dark night of the soul. Yeah, that entrapment that I sensed here. I know my cards. He's not happy, believe me. Yeah. This scenario here is a DM that's choosing to be rocking with the karmic for the moment. Believe me, there's no joy. It's just like, you know, let's just fake it, because there's nothing else we can do. And you can see that idea of being trapped in that situation. You know, I could see it from the placement of the other cards. Some more. Let me fix this mic here. Sorry about that. I got one card. Do you see that? Some of them, this here, the way that I read cards, sometimes I see it like a literal prison here. That's exactly what I can see. But there is hope, you know, which is why this expansion card is here, because it can also mean like this person is going to free themselves from this situation with the Ten of Swords. I need one more card. But if we see that like something close to this combination, I would know that like literally somebody feels like they're being jailed, you know, in this here. But it's a little bit like, and I know this to this like divine masculine and awakening and even meditation. He's like, you know, he's sensing that energy, and I can see it to expansion, like, you know, let me think of somebody else but myself for a second. Let me cool down for a second, because this situation, he's needed where he is for some of you. And I'll tell you, the only thing that can do that, children. Nothing else. Nothing else seals two-person like children. This guy is in what I'm describing to you, and you can see the mental conflict, you know, attached to that, or like a little bit like the stalemates that this situation here represents, you know. For some of you, this guy here is deciding to spend a holiday with the karmic, even though they're over it, you know. So let me go on. This dark night of the soul. Because of you. Didn't I tell you? Ooh, thank you, spirit, you know, because people, this thing here, the more you free your mind, the more it's going to be yours. Because I felt it, you know, like what's behind that dark night of the soul. And then you will see that mental energy between the karmic and you. I'm not happy, because I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of this union here that's greater than just having a family. But at the end of the day, I got to choose the karmic for this holiday here. I'm trapped into this situation. I'm having mental conflict over it. That's the situation, people. Thank you, spirit. But I can see the clear choice here. That's the karmic in my karmic reading, and that's you. This here is a little bit like the energy he carries throughout this, like, whatever, fake reconciliation, or like, you know, I gotta do this for the kids, or whatever it is, you know. Believe me, inside is a little bit like, I'm not in this anymore. It's not even about having a short fuse. This is like, you know, I'm not in it anymore. And you can see it to this like King of Cups here, that I can read many ways, but the way he feels close to her is like, you know, there's no affection here. It's a little bit, and you can see it with the Eight of Pentacles, people just like doing their daily thing, taking care of what they're supposed to. This here is just like being there, doing what you're supposed to, but I can see the lack of emotion here. But let me go on, but you're getting the picture. Because of you. Because of you. Yeah, he's faking it. Do you see that, people? Faking it. he's doing what he's supposed to, but at the end of the day you can see it to that dark night of the soul energy, believe me. And I can see it to the Five of Swords here, like that mental conflict, that imprisonment. This is no entrapment. Let me clarify this Nine of Swords, but you can see the sword energy. He's going through that like a lot, you know, causing him like a lot of stress. A lot of stress, because this card to me, they signify like, you know, like plurality or options, or like things that come like in many. You can see it here. He's just doing what he's supposed to do when it comes to this karmic, but inside, believe me, there's no peace. You see the Seven of Swords to this, nothing has gone wrong. At the end of the day, his life is a lie. Period. And I need one more card from this deck. And another one, but I told you about that Ten of Swords energy. What I'm seeing here, he wished he could end it, you know, but he cannot, and that there is also like there's an energy of regret around that, like, you know, this here is helplessness. I don't usually do this like for the camera, quote unquote. This is no Ace of Swords, you know, for those who know. This here is like, I don't know how to explain this, like making a choice between two things, but your choice is not definite. Is not like, that's how I'm channeling the energy right now. It's not definite. It's not like something that, you know, you willingly, like, I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but we will figure it out. I'm seeing here, that's the choice that I'm making for now, and I know it to the other cards that I showed you, so I hope you're getting the message, because that there. Let's go on. Hello. Some of you, you know already of the stuff that I'm trying to tell you, which is why you know that this thing here, it cannot end between them yet, you know. In this Tower moment here, I see like your DM telling you, are you coming in contact with him or actually not? But no matter what, I can see it here literally to that Devil energy, like you know already of the stuff that I'm telling you, if it makes sense to you. Like, yeah, he's not going to spend Christmas with me or something is clear to you, but let me go on. And if that's not the case, this here is channeling plus experience, people, but believe me, I know my cards is a little bit like, you know, some of you, if you don't pay attention, you reintroduced yourself, you know, a little bit to this karmic situation here. And I can tell you something, for something that I'm seeing here, some of you have rocked their world with your presence, people. You don't have to believe me. If I see the Divine Feminine card in here, I know what I'm talking about. This here is like a so-called infiltration. Like, you know, like you're undercover. They don't even know what's happening. I'm telling you, it's because of you. Directly or indirectly, and I hope that you heard me, you know, because this here is a strong energy with these three arcanas here, major ones. This I don't like, but I'll tell you. Yeah, some of them, this is like the energy that I hate, which is why this King of Pentacles is coming in reversed. Some of them are not men enough to do this thing, this very choice that I talked about here, because they're afraid to be by themselves in the future, meaning they're not sure that you would take them back, which is why they're deciding to rock with this karmic here. Don't worry, people. If you have the Divine Feminine energy, at the end of the day, within, he knows. He knows. which is why this thing here can never be like peaceful and feels like it's an entrapment or a prison. This is a prison because because you're in the background, people, and I'ma leave it at that. Coward, you know. Yeah, this situation here. No excitement. No excitement, people. I can see it here. And know it to the other cards. You know, sometimes you are just where you are supposed to be. Just like where you're supposed to be. This here feels a little bit like he's there because he's supposed to be there, but this here, I can literally feel it, you know, because of this king, no, not, yeah, this one, sorry, and this Queen of Swords here. I could feel their energy, like, you know, a little bit like loveless and cold, just like doing things. That's what I can see here, but I need to clarify this Fool. This here is changing his mind, people. Remember that, again, I show you the card, the strong, like two, I mean, not so strong, but he was there. He will change his mind. I mean, the card was there, the Two of Swords. You see how it is in reversed in this cycle that's going to come soon. He will change his mind. This guy here is for some of them, they're buying a little bit of time. But they gotta be careful, people, and I know it here to this like Queen of Swords energy. Some of you will be holding grudges against like because of the situation that I'm describing here. Like, you know, he doesn't spend this holiday with me, that's about it. Or, you know, he spent it with the karmic. Well, he can stay where he is. He has to be careful. Let me go on. Some of you are not going to like it. Do you see that? Changing his mind as to, you know, this offer. I pray for him that the Queen of Swords is not going to show here. Otherwise, I'm telling you, for some of you, this here is going to be the last straw. I can feel it, you know. Let me go on. Because he won't be able, that's the new cycle for him. And just bear with me, because he won't be able to run away from this thing anymore. There'll be like no movement forward for him past this thing here for some of them. I need one last card, and I hope you heard it, you know, because that's the message I'm getting. Changing his mind about this offer here, because at the end of it he will not run anymore. He'll be stuck. I need one more card. This here is something that I cannot make sense of, but I have to, and I know that, you know, I can tell you what I'm feeling. This guy here, for some of them, is a little bit like, believe me, because of this Pentacles to this Justice, like, you know, if I separate from this woman, me building myself or this type of independence here is going to take a blow. I can see it here. Which is why he's telling me here, like, you know, a little bit like, I gotta do this thing. I can't be myself, or I can't be with you for the moment. And I hope that you're like following. And I'll tell you why this energy is a little bit weird, you know, because he is confused, or like there's this dark veil on him too. I can feel it here in my cards, you know. And I can tell you something else. I can literally see it here. Some of them is like raw karma is how I see this. Just karma, like a little bit you thinking you know, like I'm not with him, he doesn't like me. A little bit here, like people, he doesn't even deserve you at this point here, which is why he's supposed to stay where he is. Period. DM, you cannot start confusing me like this, because I don't speak this language here, you know. Let me take a break, because this here is important, but I can't see it, you know. 1 second. Okay, people, I am sorry. He got me confused for a little bit, because I'm like, maybe I'm repulsing that energy too. I'll tell you. This guy here, whenever you come in the back of his head, and I can see it here, he cuts it off. He's not juggling for the moment, you two. Though, believe me, he's triggered by you. I can see it here, but he just pushes it for the moment in the back of his head, like, you know, this is not important. Or that never happened, you know, and I can see it here to the King of Wands in reversed. And even to this pentacle energy here, like, let me just do what I'm supposed to do. Right now, he's really trying not to think of you people. And a little bit, like, not just a little, I can see it here. I can see those elements, you know. But he's still being triggered, and I have to clarify this card and one more, and then you'll get the picture. He's not juggling you two for the moment. You guys, I mean you and her, the Karmic and the DF, you do not share the same space for the moment, period. And I can see it to the 9 of Pentacles in reversed as well. But believe me, this guy, that's like 9 of Wands energy. To me, he's triggered, you know, and whenever he does, to the 6 of Cups in reverse, he pushes it, you know, in the back burner. But I'm liking the 3 of Wands here underneath, and even the World in reverse as to a cycle that you cannot close. This here is a little bit like the true path creeping up on him, and he doesn't handle it for the moment. So I hope that you heard that. I need to clarify this 9 of Wands here. His children, people, for some of them, that's really like what's keeping him there, believe me. Believe me. And these are wands, you know, a little bit, people, like his rights being there is a little bit like this guy is sacrificing his so-called divinity, because this here is also a type of divinity, people. If you know you need it somewhere by your offspring, you know, and you can see the idea of offspring here too. You're doing the right thing, and I hope that you caught the message, you know, like all these messages in these cards. And then this here, I can see something here, a little bit like, you know, this karma is so real for him, because that 9 of Pentacles, like going towards the 10, if you know what I mean. It's also like being close to completing something, and these here are Pentacles, which is like concrete. It feels like some of you, let me see if that tower is close. No. Okay, so let me keep on. Some of you, it's really like the fact that you guys were really close in his mind, you know, to reconnect or something, and then a certain thing about the situation that I'm describing is like removing you guys from each other again, literally making him run again. But he was very close for some reason, and I'll show you something else. I hope you're bearing with me. This guy here, as long as he does not like enter this 9 of Cups energy, I don't see this karma literally turning in his favor. I will tell you, this 9 of Cups Pentacles, energy for the King of Wands, it keeps coming back a lot lately. Well, I'll tell you, you know, this like either financial independence from the Karmic or physical independence from the Karmic is needed here. that's like the condition a little bit, and I hope that you're getting this. I hope to I have to clarify the Justice card. This one here is confused. Do you see that? A divorce, people, of some kind. And I know it to the Justice card as well. It's like the dissolution of a marriage here. I can see it to the Justice card, but I need some more. I'm telling you, that's like a mandatory step for him, but he does not want to face that reality, people. He doesn't want to. And somehow, like, the vibes that I'm sensing is a little bit like you're mad as hell that he can't be with you. But believe me, somehow he is where he belongs, and I can feel it. So let's check for the next cards, you know. Yeah, it's a little bit of what I'm telling you, people. It's like a little bit like this love or something is needed somewhere. One more card, but again, to me too, that doesn't mean he doesn't love you. One more. And another one, I will tell you. This here is pure resistance, people, for some of them, because they do not want to go they don't want to even start thinking of like divorcing this family here. They're resisting, you know, the process. And I'm telling you this, like the way this Ace of Cups like dropped, I can tell you for some of them it's because of their kids. You know, they love their kids too. They love where they are in a way too, you know, and you would know that they're specific as if like there is a family, a true family involved in that. The Justice is telling me this family has to be dissolved, literally, or like separated, but he tells me there's still love there that I have to give, you know. I'm resisting the process, I'm standing my ground. And this year I really sense it, like, you know what, I cannot invest in you for the moment. Believe me. One last card and that's that. Oh, I got two. Yeah, do you see that? Some of them are holding on to the woman that they're with for the moment. Let's go on. You know, I'm sorry, this message is as real as it gets, you know, because you know what group I channeled from the get-go. Some divine masculines, and it's funny, why would this awakening be here for him then? Some divine masculines are getting the whole game, twin flame situation 100%. They're working on themselves, like literally ready for you not to be mad at them anymore. But I can tell you this here, some of them are stuck in like true karmic situations. And most of those true situations, they involve children, people. Let me go on, but I hope you're getting the message. He's holding on to literally the mother of his kids, and that's that. And remember the Empress that I wanted like to see as far as this like an expansion a little bit of someone's family or world. I can tell you something, some of them are holding on to the situation because the lady is pregnant, people. And it would resonate with you. That dark night of the soul energy, right with him. Now where is this energy coming from? This is ridiculous, you know. Ridiculous. All these pentacles around like a sacral chakra. I'll tell you something. Some of them, like, they got trapped at their own little stupid game here. I can see it to the sacral chakra and the way it's like, yeah, it changed his life basically. You don't even understand all the stuff that this like sacral chakra for some of them has literally manifested. I can see the dark night of the soul. And let me clarify this card here because it feels like abundance already, or like giving, being generous. This here is a very stupid energy, people, and I will tell you why. This situation that I'm describing, it's a little bit like, you know, a booty call, a one night stand, or like what you call it, friends with benefit, literally getting pregnant, and now I'm stuck having this family here. A little bit, you know. That's exactly what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you something. This here with that magician a little bit is like a little bit like that karma idea again. Because the magician, for those who know this here, like giving that to people a lot, that game of like manipulating people a little bit too much, being too good at that. For some of them, that's exactly why they found themselves, you know, in this situation. That energy of like karma or justice being served, I can feel it here and I know it, to this suffering in silence. This guy never understood, for some of you, why your mother tells you, you know, to wear something on it, basically. Because he was too busy, you know, just like making things happen for himself. Disregard this, please, but making things happen for himself, giving out his magic, you know, left and right, you know. Well, I can tell you something literally manifested from that sacral energy here, which is why this guy here is suffering in silence now, people. Ridiculous. Oh, I know, but I need one last card and then you would know. This here is what he's doing for the moment, you know. It's really funny. I'll tell you, I gotta take the cards for what they are, to the suffering in silence as well. And even this awareness, if I disregard like that kind of manipulative or definitely player slash manifester at the same time type of energy. This guy here thought he was on top of the world, you know. This here is the energy. He's suffering in silence while he's giving of himself, working on that, giving this love here, you know, and does like that partnership or alliance, you know, with the karmic around the kids, you know. But don't believe for a second that he doesn't feel lonely inside. He does. He's just doing what he's supposed to, and I believe him because of this card here again. Throat chakra. This here, I'll tell you what it is, at least that's what he tells himself, you know. And I'm gonna leave it at that. It would make sense to you, believe me. Some more. That's what he tells himself, but I can see that energy of like solitude, and even him being aware here that, you know, all this thing here is not the right thing for him, and I will tell you why. Check out this energy here. That's where everything like stemmed from. I can see it here with these pentacles as well. Let me go on. Soul writing, yeah, that's like what you call a true karmic situation. What I'm describing is hard to remove yourself from them, you know. This alignment, for some reason, this guy here, he's not wrong when he says, you know, literally, I want to be there for this family. But it's funny because a little bit like justice, that karmic justice, says he cannot. But I can see the alignment in him, in the stuff that I told you earlier, like him definitely being there when somebody needs him, you know, and he's doing the right thing by doing that. Soul song. Boy, you're confusing me tonight, but I will meditate on that for you. Nourish, yeah, he's there because he's needed, you know, a little bit like giving from himself. Healing I got here. This is funny. I know what it is, people. I will tell you something. This guy here is a little bit like, at least like wants This is how I'm feeling. Like once in my life I get the chance to do something right a little bit for some of them. Believe me, just giving in this situation that involves like this soul writing here, giving from himself. You don't even understand what like where he gives from. You know, it's a little bit like that place of healing, that place of awakening as a divine masculine, that meditative space, a little bit like that expensive expansion type of energy as well. You know, it's a little bit like, you know, let me just try to do the right thing for a second. I can see it here. You don't even know what it's taking from him. And at the same time, as to right now, that's his strength, people. Let me, yeah, you gotta believe in this like so-called union with your DM and the karmic for the moment, which is why this reading is like sending me places. But believe me, people, my spirit is not in agreement, you know, with what I'm giving you, which is why it's like, what's going on? But what I'm saying to you is exactly what you need to hear. You don't have to believe me. Being with the karmic for the moment is a little bit like how he he heals himself, or like at least it is coming from a good place, like, you know, let me make something right, you know, once in my life, you know, let me ground myself once in my life, you know. It's taking strength from him, but somehow it's also revealing his strength. And I will tell you why. It's because even if he feels lonely in this stupid like karmic energy, being there for them for the moment is exactly what he's supposed to do. And you see this union card here, whether you want to accept it or not, my feeling was the right one. This guy here, him being where he's supposed to, he's doing, where he is for the moment, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to. And I hope that you heard that, and I know what I'm saying to you is right, because of the justice card to that ace of cups here is right for him to give like to his offspring or whatever the soul situation here is. This union card here is very strong, people, because I don't feel you DF sorry in it. All I'm feeling here is like me being where I am is exactly what I was supposed to do, or where I was supposed to be. And that's that, you know. That's the message. I can't touch it, because, you know, I want to give you like but I can't do that, you know. I want to give you like the world myself, you know, but I cannot do that. That's stupid energy, you know. But let me go on. That's very stupid energy, I have to tell you, people. It's a little bit like the only thing that links them together is the kids, and yet again that's stupid. It's not stupid, it's actually like the true energy, but you need to have it in check, you know, otherwise it makes you like animalistic a little bit, or not just a little. That's all they have in common, people. That's where they started, and that's exactly where they're going to end. I can see it here with these cards too. Some of them, they are like doing this thing for the kids, but I can feel that like sexual energy. I gotta say what I feel. I'm telling you, is a little bit like this quarantine, or like this social distancing, a little bit like they are relighting the spark a little bit. And I know all the stuff I'm telling you is right, you know, because normally I don't go for this chakra here. I go for my third eye. Well, I don't want to give you this message, but I am. During the quarantine, they're getting a little bit closer physically as well, people. This here is the children I was talking about. So you can see the energy, all of these energies. And victim consciousness, yeah, it's not slightly that, is a little bit like what I told you before, a little bit like let me make this thing right for once in my life, you know. I keep messing up all the time. Let me try to do this thing right, and if for nobody else, let me at least try to do it for my kids, you know. Discover your life purpose. I'm telling you, if you followed what I said, you know, with this alignment and this like healing card, and even this like Leo or like strength energy, believe me, giving into this situation somehow is not removing him from this awakening and this expansion here. Believe me. Even the thought, like, you know, this meditation type of energy, like, you know, let me do something for myself. This guy is like finally grounding himself in a situation, which is why these cards are here. If you can follow, is a little bit like, yeah, again, let me at least, you know, send out this healing energy for once. And somehow him doing that is him finding to his strength, people. And him staying where he is a part of him being aligned. I hope you're getting the message, because it is what it is, people. I need some more cards. And that will be it. This reading is really particular, but I know it's going to resonate a lot. It's like me being forced of my, you know, like little perfect world for a second. Some situations are real. I know I need one last card here. Discontent and boredom. Despite all of the stuff that I'm telling you, I know it's the energy that he's in, but somehow he's doing the right thing. So let me go on. I got one card. It's time to take action. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you, people? I hope you're getting it, you know. But to this solitude and discontent and boredom, this guy here, he's sacrificing himself for the good cause for once in his life, you know, for his kids, if like nobody else. Let me go on. Your commitment is being tested for his kids, if nobody else. His commitment to his offspring, I can definitely feel here, or to a very like meaningful type of karmic situation if kids are not involved. Meditate and contemplate. I can see that type of energy yet again. And you know, this is one of my favorite energy, I believe, the Pisces energy, you know, that like water / mutable, you know, sign. I'm telling you, this guy here, a little bit like he's accepting the alignment card. He's accepting a little bit the situation that he's in for the moment. Like, you know, let me just chill for a second, basically. And I hope that you heard it, you know. But this let me take action is that 8 of Pentacles energy. Like, you know, my family needs me and I gotta be there for them. I know it, you know. Your dreams need a practical plan. Let me show you where you make your like entrance, you know, if I can find you again, if you remember the cards from earlier. You're never leaving the background, people, but at this time here, this guy, he's being practical about like a little bit the stuff that he's supposed to. Though I'm telling you, when you trigger him, for the moment he brushes you off, you know, he's being practical about the things that he's like living. Emotions are running high. I'm sorry, people, those are not the emotions. That's that sacral slash sexual energy between them. As to right now, it's running high, and I hope that you heard it, you know. A time for healing, yeah. Their family or their little group or unit or something like that, people. This guy here decided that he wanted everything to be alright for the holiday season between him and the karmic. He pushes you like in the back of his head, but I'm telling you, you are there. which is why he's not happy and feels lonely. But for the moment he decided, and I'm sorry I gotta say that he cares for his kids, that he's stuck with the karmic, so you know, he may as well enjoy it. And as to right now, it's just a time to be happy, you know. That's what he's doing. What do you need to release? This here's something that I'm not seeing, you know. And maybe that's what he asks himself, you know. But this is weird. Let me... The answers you need are coming. I know it to this here. People, you don't have to believe me, that's the demo, but you better believe it. In the cycle that's starting after this thing here is over, also known as, like, you know, January the 1st, you know, 2021, with the new resolution, he will figure out a way to change his mind. Because I can see that stress, you know, like, and this here is coming left and right, like, you know, a little bit. This here, he won't even know where it's coming from, but I'm telling you, the awakening of the divine masculine in this, like, particular type of situation is not going to let him, you know, have the peace that he wants. But as to right now, this guy is rocking with the karmic, you know, and I hope that you heard everything I said, because this is a very particular type of reading for me. Those are energies that I do not like to channel, but it is what it is. At least he's giving us, you know, the straight program today, and you gotta excuse me for being tongue-tied, you know. So I can see Aries, Pisces, and Gemini, for those, you know, who want to know. This reading here is going to resonate more with you if you are of this sign, if your DM is, or if the karmic is. And yet again, I can see it here. Some of you, this, like, earth sign woman, he's ready to leave her. I can literally feel it here, but she is, like, selling him the last dream, literally, that he will have with her. Like, you know, let's at least give each other, like, a last try or something like this. And I know the energy that she's using, you know, to keep him. And I'm telling you, she's not the only one amongst karmics, you know. It's a little bit like, if we are isolated, we may as well just have a good time. She keeps him fed, you know. I don't know how to say that without, you know, being, you know, vulgar or anything, but you would know the first line. And then, you know, a full belly on top of that. The guy there, he's like, he's comfortable, though he's not happy. So he's like, you know, this is not perfect, but that's good enough to at least, you know, have a good time during this holiday that I can feel here. It's funny because I can see this discontent and boredom in his life, and even this solitude, but you gotta believe me, people, at this point here, he's just content with this situation here, which is why he's decided he wants, you know, to be in it a little bit longer. But I'm telling you, a cycle comes after that here, and I know what I'm talking about. He will change his mind, but just let it happen, people. And I hope that you're getting, you know, the message. If I think of a soul song, I will give it to you. This reading is particular. If you've made it this far, thank you. I'm going to send it out, and I'll keep you updated, you know. But this is one karmic energy that we cannot ignore. So that, I hope that you enjoyed my reading. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget, you know, to donate to the Empress and to her family. If you want to book a private reading with me or donate to my channel, you'll find everything in the description box. I wish you a good one. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.